Hi there, Allison here with another Cab Franc du jour. Today we are in Saumur and we're looking at the Arnaud Lambert 2019 Clos Mazurique Saumur Rouge. Now, this winery has been on my radar since 2017 thanks to Levy Dalton's I'll Drink to That podcast. But today is actually the first day I've had a chance to try the wine, so it's a pretty exciting day for me. Now, the estate itself is actually the combination of two properties, one being the Lambert family domain, which is in Saint-Cyr-Rambourg in the Saumur-Champigny appellation, and the second, of course, is the vineyard holdings from Château de Brézé in the Saumur AOP. Combined, Arnaud is farming around 40 hectares worth of vines, planted to both Chenin Blanc as well as Cabernet Franc, and all the vines are farm certified organic. Now, the Clos Mazurique is essentially his entry-level wine. It's coming from a 3.7 hectare parcel of vines. It's a monopole site in the Saumur AOP. It's about 10 kilometers south of the Loire River, and it sits on the limestone bedrock with sort of a silty clay topsoil. Now, as per the label, this particular clos is actually in the Brézé commune, and it's in the southern part of Brézé, and this commune has quite a famous sort of storied history. The vineyards in this area go way back in terms of their significance and importance in the region. I'll get more into a bit of those details on my website, but for now, this is a pretty special part of Saumur. Now, in terms of Arnaud's approach in the cellar, it's important to note he does let the vineyard sort of dictate his cellar practices. Now, there are some soils that really lend themselves well to sort of longer macerations, more time on skins, pump overs, things like that. And then there's some soils that really need a gentler hand. In the case of this wine, he does take a gentler approach. It sees just a brief maceration time, no pump overs. It's all done in stainless steel. So I would expect that the wine should have a nice sort of soft, supple, juicy mouthfeel. So let's give this a taste. Oh, and I should say the vines are around 40 or so years of age. And immediately the nose does have this sort of really sort of lively sort of fruit factor. Nice red fruits, a little bit of like a black raspberry note in there as well as like the sort of ripe red cherry. And there is a nice herbaceous component, but it does take a bit of a back seat to the fruit, which I have no problem with whatsoever. And it comes through for me as like a mossy kind of dried thyme note. This wine is so good. The fruits come through beautifully on the palate, and that herbaceousness is really in balance with the fruit. And it has vivacious acidity. The tannins are sort of quite soft, very supple, almost satiny in the mouth. And there's this lovely little sort of delicate clove note as well there in terms of a spice profile, which I quite like. But the demeanor of this wine, it has this sort of playful feel about it, but at the same time it's serious. Like there's this juicy factor, but it has some restraint too. It's quite interesting how it does that. It's quite poised, very graceful. It has this sort of sensual energy to it, as if you were sort of gracing a feather across your skin, and it like just the lightest touch sends like kind of sensations all over your body. This is what this wine is doing for me. It's really quite special. It's a great introduction to the wines of Arnaud Lambert, and I'm really excited to explore their range a little bit further. If you've had these wines before, hit me up in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts. And of course, as always, I will be back again soon with another wine. Cheers.